The Johnsky is a YouTube channel run by and run for people over the age of 13. People under the age of 13 should click off of this video right now, or watch with a parent or guardian. Viewer discretion is advised.
You don't scare me!
Milt is freaking to Namelishman. My name is King Prime, and welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the brand new Jazzwares World of Halo Deluxe sort of vehicles slash playsets, kind of. That being the Halo 3 ODST rookie with drop pod. So here is the packaging. First off, we have a product image of the figure and the vehicle itself dropping into a sort of city here. I presume this is New Mombasa. I'm just going to guess there. On the side, you see a blast hatch open advertisement. Down in the bottom, ODST rookie, drop pod, and accessories. On the side here, you have a window where the action figure would have been, but I've already removed it, so he's not there. On the sides, we have just more product images. On the back, we have some other figures that are included in this wave. Master Chief, who I've reviewed. Triox, who I've reviewed. The Spartan Anubis, who I will not review. Buck, who I gave a not-so-glaring review of. The UNSC Marine, who I've reviewed. And the Skirmisher. Then we also have some of the other deluxe sets here, that being the Halo 3 Arbiter and Half-Jaw, or Shipmaster, as well as Noble 6 and an Elite Zealot, which I cannot wait to try and find. Both of these I will be picking up at some point, just depends on when I get them. The other side, just more product images. On the bottom, nothing. On the top, just some sort of scenery, and that's about it. You don't really care about the box, though, unless you're a box collector, of which I am not, so let's get on to the figure freeze frame. Freeze frame on freeze, and here is dropping in the drop pod itself. So the drop pod is kind of finicky. Let's just say finicky for now. It is made completely out of silvery gray plastic, and that's too much light. Let's get some of that. With some accents there of white paint on the blast door. Over here you have white paint with the ODST symbol. Nothing else really, just some nice sculpted detail all the way around. The riveting all the way up the front door, as well as the glass, which you can actually see through. Let's see if you can get an angle on Rookie in there. See him. There he is. He's hiding in there, as you can see. On the top, there is absolutely nothing at all. No deployable air brake or anything like that, but I do think that overall the vehicle does suffer just a little bit because it doesn't have that air brake. The original McFarlane figures had the air brake on the ODST drop pod so that you could hang it from the ceiling, pretend like you were doing a hot drop, but unfortunately this one doesn't come with it. This is just the ODST drop pod as it's slamming into the ground, and let me show you why. Because if you take the camera back and pop this against any flat surface that's hard, that'll happen. And the front door will blast off and across your office room. But of course, that is an intentional feature of this toy. And on the inside, we do, of course, have our rookie figure, who we will now take out. And his weapons as well, his SOCOM pistol and his SMG. How that feature works, essentially, is just there are two little switches right here that are spring powered. So you see, you can push it in like that, so that you can have this. I'll put the cover back on here real quick. There we go. It will be stuck on there, but spring powered. So when I lift up, boom, there you go. It launches the door out. This, of course, can be stopped as well if you don't want to all the time have that compression against the door. You want to save your springs or whatever. You just push the ejection mechanism in, and then you flip this switch up, and it'll stay just like that. So you can just put the door on normally, and of course it does the same thing on the other side. There's another switch. Boom, and now it's staying. So I'll keep it like that for the rest of the review, but just know that if you want the mechanism to work, you just gotta flip the switch down, and then boom, it'll come out and you can put your door on once again. Now the inside of the pod is very nicely detailed, I must say. as well as you have a nice green seat in there, as well as some joysticks and some other molded detail again. Very nice. Very spacious. You can store your weapons in there, and I'll show you that in a second. There's the foldable windows there, or the foldable doors there, so you can get some actual room in here to work around and play with your figure. And there's where his feet will go. Lots of foot room in there. So overall, pretty spacious for a tiny little thing like this. But of course, you can store Rookie's weapons in here. I'll bring in his suppressed SMG real quick. All you really need to do is, because there's no actual holes anywhere in here where you can store them, I just store the SMG right against the side of the pod right there, and the peg will kind of keep it friction fitted in against his chair there. And then his pistol, I usually have him holding his pistol, but you can just drop that in, and it'll stay in there. You know, that's storage is good, as some reviewers would say, and I definitely agree with that. So that's the pod. I like the pod. I think the pod's a good feature, and it's probably one of the best vehicles or accessory pieces that we've gotten, but it's not what we're here for. We're all here for Rookie. So let's take a look at him. Freeze frame.
Daddy, what should I do if I like a girl at school?
Freeze frame unfreeze. Now here is Rookie. Let me move his weapons to the side. And just right off the bat, this is probably one of the best World of Halo figures that we've ever gotten. But I'm so excited for us to get more ODSTs, because this figure is just fantastic. Compared to the only other ODST type character that we've gotten in the past, that being the Halo 5 Buck, Spartan Buck, this just runs circles around it. Real quick, getting into the detail, we do have a very nice dark bluish gray visor piece there for Rookie's visor, as well as the Halo 3 styled ODST helmet with the gray stripe, as we saw Rookie in the game. So very nice to see that done up in person. He has a ODST flak vest that we see there with some pouches and other such equipment on his belt there, and some blue grenade type things, and then on the other side some yellow type grenade things. He is wearing some sort of blue camouflaged armor pieces on his thighs and his forearms, which have some nice silver and blue details, as well as some black pieces picked out here and there. Some of the nice armor pieces picked out in a very, very dark gunmetal gray. Rookie's hands are, of course, fingerless gloves. It says UNSC, of course, on his chest piece, and does have a tiny little UNSC sigil there. Same thing on the other arm. He has his iconic shoulder pieces we know all ODSTs have, as well as this backpack, which is removable, but I just choose to keep it on there. It's pretty plain backpack. Going down, though, he does have some pretty meaty calves with the armor that we've seen done up in that same very dark gunmetal gray plastic, which is always awesome. As for his articulation, he does have a ball joint at the head, as well as a hinge right in there, so you can look that far up and that far down. He has a pretty limited range of motion at the shoulder because of his armor, but he does have a full 360 range of motion all the way around. He has a pretty weak Jazzwares elbow bend, which is, I've come to expect it at this point, but it can double as a swivel, so that's nice. And he has an in and out joint at both wrists, as well as a swivel there. He has a pretty great ab ball joint there, so he can get some reps in. He can do his sit-ups. He does have a little tiny bit of rotation at the waist proper. You can feel, you can't even see it, but you can feel it when you rotate him at the waist, as well as, and mind the angle here, a pretty limited spread at the hips, which are ball jointed, which is great, but because of the way the armor is sculpted, this is hard plastic, so it's just not going to allow him to do many dynamic poses. You're going to get that leg in and then just pretty much keep it there for the rest of this figure's lifespan. But however, he can do a full kick out, can do about that far back, which isn't much, but it's something. Also, there's an upper thigh cut, so you can get a swivel at the upper thigh, a double jointed knee bend, which is always fantastic to see on these smaller scaled figures, a hinge at the foot, which is very tight but still present, as well as an ankle pivot. So overall, the articulation on this figure is pretty good. It's natural. It's not so hindered where it's unusable, but it's not so flexible that you have trouble getting him to have a natural pose. The only thing I'd say about this figure is that his arms are kind of long. He kind of has gorilla arms, but it's not that bad. Or maybe his shoulders are just look weird because of the armor, or it's the shape of his arms. I'm not sure. It's something about it's off, but it's not so off that it's off-putting. It's just, you notice it once, you're like, huh, that's weird. Okay, and that's essentially it. So with Rookie, of course, you also do get a suppressed SMG that we have seen many, many times in Halo 3 ODST. It has a little flashlight there on the side of it. You do also have some pieces of it, like the foregrip, the grip, and the buttstock, painted in that same really, really dark gunmetal gray. Very nice indeed, and Rookie can, of course, hold that in his right hand. It's kind of hard to get it in there because it's a awkwardly shaped handle, but once you do get it in there, he's holding it, and you can get him holding the foregrip as well. It's just not going to stay for very long. So you can get a two-handed grip on the weapon, but it's not that great. What I mainly do with this thing is I just stick it in his hand like this, so he's just holding it like that. And then I give him his SOCOM pistol, which is, of course, the suppressed version of the Magnum. Very nice. Has that little underbarrel laser sight and the extended magazine. That, of course, can go on both of his hands, but we'll just go in the left for now. And he holds it well with both hands. I think he holds it better with the right, in my opinion, but he holds it just as fine in the left. So you can have him wielding both of his weapons there. So overall, the accessories are actually pretty great for this figure. This is my favorite Jazzwares World of Halo figure that they've made in a very long time. I'll talk more about why I think that a little bit later. But for now, let's get on to these size comparisons so I can show you what this guy looks like compared to some other action figures that I've reviewed. Freeze frame. Freeze frame unfreeze. So here is Rookie next to the Vintage Collection Axe Woves, who he's about the same height as. Our previous review, one of the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Phase 1 4-pack Clone Troopers, who he's about the same height as. And of course, here he is next to the golden standard of action figures himself, the Dark Times Darth Vader, who he is shorter than. And why not? We'll bring in the big man himself, Spartan 117, the Halo Infinite version of the Master Chief, who, of course, towers above all of them. And that's how that looks. That's that. Freeze frame. Freeze frame unfreeze. So I do think that this set is absolutely fantastic. For the price that you pay, you get an absolutely awesome figure with an awesome accessory. However, I do think it has some downsides. I do think that it could have absolutely benefited from having an air brake included in the set just so that you can get a nice display with multiple of these things, as well as just a few minor gripes about, the weapons. I would have liked if this SOCOM pistol had a peg on the side, and this could have pegged into his leg or whatever. But you know what? It doesn't really make that much of a difference to me. I like this a lot. I do also think that the mechanism should have worked better, or at least there should have been a button to be able to eject that front door. But it's okay, because this is a really good deal for what you get, and this is a step in the right direction of where Jazzwares needs to go with this toy line. As you know, if you've seen any of my Halo reviews before this one, you know that I have started a hashtag, or at least I'm trying to start a hashtag called Keep World of Halo Alive, because I love this line. I love 3 3/4-inch action figures. I love Halo. This is everything I've ever wanted. And now getting named characters like Rookie in this format makes me think that there are great things ahead. Perhaps we can get a Buck or a Dare, or, starting Noble Team now, because you just saw that advertisement for Noble 6 on the side of that box. Things are in the works, and I personally cannot wait for that to come to fruition. Anyway, my friends, if you like Halo 3 ODST, if you like Rookie, if you like, ODSTs in general, if you like World of Halo, if you want to keep World of Halo alive, make sure you share this video with your friends, your Facebook groups, all that good stuff. If you like the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. It really helps the channel grow and keeps me making these videos for you. That's going to be pretty much it for this video, my friends. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, peace.